Hi, I'm here today with Mark Taylor, who has been researching the area of international cannabis law for a number of years now. We've got some questions to ask him. So firstly, Mark, how quickly is cannabis law evolving and has anything surprised you during your research?
It's developing at a frenetic pace. It really has kind of, in Europe at least, it appears like it's come out of nowhere. But in fact, some of the trends that we're seeing have been emerging for the last 10 years over in the Americas, where the industry is a little bit more advanced. For law firms, especially in the UK, we're now starting to see them build out proper practices that can take in a small startup and build them out into a cannabis firm that is active in a number of different segments. And I think that's probably been the thing that surprised me the most, is now how far-reaching some aspects of cannabis is, and how the market is overlapping with other areas. So suddenly you're starting to see not just the traditional players like the pharmaceutical firms and the tobacco companies who would have had an active interest previously, looking at cannabis as a potential opportunity. There are big alcohol companies, food and drinks, beverage companies who are also looking to see how they can feed in CBD, which is a non-psychoactive derivative of cannabis, into their products. So it's a really complex area, and it's something that lawyers are going to have to get their head around pretty quickly. They may have clients who are active in these sectors now looking to pick up a cannabis firm, perhaps take it over, or move into that area. So it's just important for you to be on top of the regulations. Things have been moving very, very quickly in the US and in Canada, and this is where you're starting to see most of the pressure come from. The US was kind of behind most of the original prohibition laws, which came from the top, so the United Nations treaties. The United Nations treaties are kind of a baseline regulation that is fed into every drug law in every country. Every country that has its own drug laws is based on this United Nations treaty that we all agree to, the fact that we're not going to let cannabis and other drugs be used legally. So anytime a country such as Canada or Uruguay have stepped away from this, and those were the two markets to go fully recreational out of anywhere else in the world, anytime they've stepped away, the people that are tasked with overseeing compliance with these treaties have criticised them and putting pressure on them to say, if you don't stick to this, what's to stop another country not sticking to a human rights agreement? So there was that pressure, but now 11 US states have held public referendums to open fully legal recreational cannabis markets. So if the country that was overseeing the original prohibition is stepping away, it won't be long before this starts to make its way over to Europe.
Okay, so there's a kind of a fast-paced domino effect going on here with this. Okay, thank you so much, Mark.